you niggas hating, here's a warning shot. I'm really in them trenches where you niggas not. Rolls from the slumbers, cops hit the block. Ducking from the D's when I flee the spot. 62 grams if a nigga flop. Drop it in the water, watch it all lot. Shorty hit my number, but she called block. Everybody not a gunner, fraud stop. Got me feeling like Fab when the ball drop. Coke boy like French flood the whole block. 18.5 for a whole block. I'm talking 98 hove in a old rock. Big fish in the water, frog stop. I'm everywhere in the city, y'all not. I'm up 5 on you bitches, check the shot clock. Point 1 for the win, I'm in a hard time. Diamonds dancing on you bitches while I call shots. Big one, I'm the one, call me Big Op. 50 in a drum and stop your man dreams. Beam on the tip, Glock submachine. Sitting at the top, see the nosebleeds. Shorty hit my phone, tryna roll E. Highlights, Sports Center, we on the floor, see. Action main whore, she adore me. Niggas hate a lot in the pain drawn. Off of my slots when the day's long. I spit the block, see that K talk. 17 full brick in that cane form. Bitch, I'm on game with the game caution. Rest in peace, your whole game with the game offer. You my target, motherfucker. Finger to the judge, cold-hearted motherfucker. VVS cut, stones white, motherfucker. Get ice, motherfucker, this the life, young sucker. Yeah, I turned 1 into 2 though. Drop black Benz, AMG 2 though. I'm getting rich, nigga, pardon me. Real street nigga, the hood honor me. Black and Mary jeans with a RT. Running up the digits with the offering. 6-figure deals, plus marketing. Crushing all these bitches at the offering.
Send out those notifications. Send them out. The cook-up hour, y'all. Let's go. Send out those notifications, please. We got a lot to talk about. Edgar Berlanga, Chris Eubank. Let's go. Spring lit, baby. Spring lit. Second quarter, third quarter gonna be crazy for boxing. Vergil, Ortiz. We gonna get into all of this, man. You know, but shout out Oscar De La Hoya still wanting the fight to happen. We gonna cook. Send out the notifications. Please send out the notifications so we can start cooking. You know, it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to be discussed. You know, Devin Haney rolling. Hey, it's a lot to talk about today. YouTube, please send out the notifications. You know, usually I wait to the 8-minute mark. So we're about to start cooking because it's deep. There's a lot going on. It's a systematic duck. You know. Shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. Big dog, I got you. You hear me, young? Rest in peace, your whole game. You my target, motherfucker. To the judge, cold-hearted motherfucker. VVS cut, stones white, motherfucker. Get ice, motherfucker. The life, young sucker. Yeah, I turned 1 into 2 though. Drop black Benz, AMG 2 though. I'm getting rich, nigga, pardon me. Real street nigga, the hood honor me. Black and Mary jeans with a RT. Running up the digits with the offering. 6-figure deals, plus marketing. Crushing all these bitches at the offering. Lay the foundation like a carpenter. And some footies like, yay, we the mafia. Chip. 1 3. For all you niggas hating, here's a warning shot. I'm really in them trenches where you niggas not. Rolls from the slumbers, cops hit the block. Ducking from the D's when I flee the spot. 62 grams if a nigga flop. Drop it in the water, watch it all lot. Shorty hit my number, but she called block. Everybody not a gunner, fraud stop. Got me feeling like Fab when the ball
boy like French flood a whole block. 18.5 for a whole block. I'm talking 98 hove in a old rock. Big fish in the water, frog stop. I'm everywhere in the city, y'all not. I'm up 5 on you bitches, check the shot clock. .1 for the win, I'm in a hard time. Diamonds dancing on you bitches while I call shots. Big one, I'm the one, call me Big Op. 50 in a drum and stop your man dreams. Beam on the tip, Glock submachine. Sitting at the top, see the nosebleeds. Shorty hit my phone, trying to roll E. Highlights, Sports Center, we on the floor, see. Action main whore, she adore me. Niggas hate a lot in the pain drawn. Off for my slots when the day's long. I spit the block, see that K talk. 17 full brick in that cane form. Bitch, I'm on game with the game caution.
Let's go.
Piece your whole game with the game offer.
Yes, we gonna start cooking right now, man. Top of the morning, you already know what it is. It's All Facts No 24 podcast. I'm your host, Juan Trey. Shout out my co-host, Santo Boxing. You know, listen, man. Listen, man. This is the softest generation in boxing, man. This is the softest generation in boxing. You know, people keep worrying about the old guard, worried about the new. Listen, man. You got to be careful with certain entities that's coming into the game, you know, but, you know, it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time to cook. Shout out everybody, you know, hope y'all have a beautiful day. I know up here in Philly, you know, the clouds out like it always is, you know, no sunshine, raining, supposed to be snow, fake snow. You know how I go. But, you know, we here to cook. We here to cook at the end of the day. You know, shout out my co-host, Santos, what up? Frontline, what up? We gang, what up? Timmy T88, what up? You know, Fast Life, Herb, Legend, Yoda, H Money, where you at, broski? You know, this is what I do, you know. I always got to shout out the people that fuck with me, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, salute to all the brothers, you know. OTB, Boxing School, what up? What up, what up, what up? You know, at the end of the day, you know, one thing you're gonna learn about life, man, you got a lot of miserable motherfuckers out here. You know what I mean? You got a lot of miserable motherfuckers out here in life. So the key thing for you to do is just keep your shit pushing, you know? And y'all see it goes on with commentating, you see it goes on with content creators, you see it goes on with promoters, managers, you even see it go on in your own household and when you out in the streets. But at the end of the day, I'm glad y'all tuned in. Let me talk to y'all. You know, we're gonna get to this Edgar Berlanga and Chris Eubank situation. You know, it's out there for the masses so the masses can see and understand what's really going on. You know, great fight for both fighters. Hopefully, you know, it can land in New York or it can land in, you know, UK, England. You know, big deal for both fighters. It's a big fight for both fighters and it's a big fight for boxing. But you know what everybody here for. You know, the Vergil Ortiz Golden Boy lawsuit. You know, we thought we was waiting on Mondays. You know, people was coming out with all these narratives and false accusations when courts only open at 9 o'clock. You know, and everybody got to hear what the judge, you know, Christina Sylvia had to say. You know, Christina, you know, Nevada District Judge Christina Silva granted Golden Boy promotion motion to comply arbitration and issue interim injunctive relief, blocking Vergil Ortiz Jr. from negotiating with third parties deals before the dispute. And what she mean by that is everything Vergil had Rick Moringian do, you know, is now void. Like, you fucked up, Pimp Juice. You know, how you going to try to negotiate a deal and make plans with a third party promoter, etc., behind my back, and you still want the contract, you know? And what they're using is, well, you know, Golden Boy, you know, y'all deal was up. And what's going to hurt Vergil in the long run is, you know, you can go back to December of 2024. You know, when they asked Oscar Ortiz about Top Rank not having a TV deal, etc., or being on a streaming platform because they was leaving ESPN, you know, Oscar, you know, hey, Timmy T, what up? Oscar De La Hoya explained a lot of situations. Plus, he mentioned the zone deal that he had. Y'all can go check that out. I already talked about it, but I just want to talk about this situation. All parties are required to provide a status update by September 2nd of 2026. Yeah, I'm cooking on Edgar Berlanga, Chris Eubank Jr. Nice fight. But what the judge did yesterday, she sided with Golden Boy Promotions, you know, and a motion to comply arbitration and issue interim injunction relief blocking Vergil Ortiz from negotiating any third party deals. And at the end of the day, Vergil was wrong for that. And I told people what kind of person this nigga is. Uh, Boots ran him out of the 147 division, y'all. And if you don't believe me, everybody want to bring up he was sick. Well, if he was sick, wouldn't he still be sick? The disease you got is like sickle cells, right? Yeah, Boots can make weight. Hey, Beats Boots ready. Boots ready. It's this lawsuit. But the crazy thing about the lawsuit is not stopping the fight. You feel me? It's not stopping the fight at all. It's not stopping the fight at all. You feel me? It just I don't know, how can I say? Damn, I forgot to put the latency on. Damn. Let me see, can I still do it? It go Oscar still want the fight, y'all. Oscar want the fight to happen. Yeah, but hey, Beats, all of them is. All of those fighters is. All of those fighters, they weight bullies. If you're not fighting in your proper weight class and you gotta cut weight, you on some you're a weight bully. You know what I mean? And I agree with you on that because like I said, when I was growing up, it was always 8 weight divisions, and for a person, and I always say it, if you should be fighting at your walk around weight so you can be comfortable. So let's say you really a middleweight. You feel me? You 160, 168. So between 154, I'm gonna keep it tall. Back in the day, the welterweight division was 140, 147, 154. That was part when it was 8 weight divisions. Once the 17 came, everything got fucked up. Everything got fucked up. Yeah, you said Vergil was cutting to. Listen, I'm gonna keep it tall, bro. Um, Oscar. Hey, Timmy, remember Oscar protect him on that situation. Oscar definitely protect that boy on that situation, man. But at the end of the day, listen. And this is what I tell people about, and Timmy T, you right. When people cut weight, bro, you're gonna get sick, man. You're gonna get sick. Because there's a difference from cutting weight and losing weight. You feel me? You got enough time to lose weight throughout the course of a year. Know what I mean? But cutting weight and especially how fighters doing it now in 90 days, bro, you're gonna hurt yourself. That's why you fight at your proper weight classes. I wish boxing can go back to 8 weight divisions, but you gotta fight at your proper weight class because you the one that's cutting down, harming yourself, you know? And that's real, man. That shit real. It's real. But with that sickness, I forgot the name of the sickness Vergil had. They say he still have it. It's something like sickle cells or some shit like that. Bro, if you got that, like, come on, bro. You should still have it, you know? But when you came back, De La Hoya was always there. Hey, Beats, but all of these brothers is big. Shit. Devin Haney is a fucking a middleweight. You know what I mean? They're shrinking his body down. You heard Regis Prograde. Regis Prograde says my walking around weight is 152. Just like Teofimo. Teofimo said his walking around weight is like 152, 153. I wish those brothers really fighting they walk around weight, but they want to cut weight and then make excuses when they get a loss or something. You feel me? Or make excuses when they can't make weight. Both cut weight, all that weight, and end up struggling to rehydrate, having to pull. Facts. That's fact. But you know what's so crazy to me, T? Like with the IBF is so real, man. That's why I tell people, bro, fight at if you want the IBF title, fight at your proper weight class. Cause you're gonna drain yourself, especially coming in fight night with that temp. Like, bro, you're gonna drain yourself, man. You know what I mean? They don't though. Beats, that's a fact. They don't. That's why motherfuckers want to shrink down. That's why everybody want to cut weight. Not knowing you thinking it's that easy until you get hit. You gonna be mad as shit. You know? Cause like my son, he in the gym, right? You know, he like, he like, damn, dad, all of these 135 pounders big as shit. I'm like, son, no, they not. I'm 135. This is my walk around weight. No more than 140. You got niggas. See, back then, you know, when you used to go to school and shit, they used to, all right, if you 5'4", your weight class would be such and such. You know, it was all about your height and weight. Now, motherfuckers is just like for instance, you go to the gym as a nigga 6'5", you know, 162 pounds, but you shrinking your body down to 130. Bro, come on, you know that's not your weight class. Yeah, me too. And the two belts are at least kept it with three. You feel me? Because that's why I say once the WBO, like 99, 2000 came, the WBO and these 17 weight classes, the non-extra weight classes got invented, fuck the game up, man. It fucked the game up. I fully agree with you, Timmy T. Now, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's too much procrastinating. It's too much procrastinating. And we know fighters ain't scared to fight fighters, you know? Even when you got a a promoter that was a fighter, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just sometimes people pull pussy ass shit, you know? And it seems like a lot of people, you know, want to run the Zuffa. You feel me? But at the end of the day, you go to Zuffa, it's like you being pampered because you're not going to get the fights that the world want to see, you know? And if you look at it, it's you're going to be fighting on Zuffa, the tournament situation, you know, which you're not making no money. A person just buying you out. Know what I mean? Like, no back end money, no merch money, no nothing. I like the WBO. I like the WBO. I'm gonna keep it real, Timmy. I feel as though the WBO and the WBA is the same belt to me. And what I mean by that is like the WBO means shit. So the IBO is right there with it. And becoming an IBO champion means something. I don't know why people be like, oh, like Iglesias, you know, the guy that at 168 that signed to Eye of the Tiger, where and Billy, Steve Claggett, and all them brothers come from. If I'm not mistaken, he's the IBO champion, right? US Lima, you know, at 160 is the IBO champion. These real champions, real dogs, good fighters, you know. And I like the IBO belt, and I like their body sanction of, you know, how they treat their fighters. You know, I don't. You got to inform me about, you know, about their rehydration clause. Do they got one like the IBF, or they just settle like the WBO, WBA, and WBC, like a 12 to 15%? No, I need to know, Timmy. You know, but I've been checking out, you know, well, I popped up on YouTube on certain things, you know, I followed them on Instagram too. You know, the little what you call that again? The little festivals they be having. I wouldn't want to pay sanctioning fees on a belt that isn't recognized or needed for undisputed. True that. True that. You be cooking, Tim. You be cooking, my guy. You know? But it's real. It's real. It's real true. Real spill. Real true, real spill, man. And that's a fact. You know, but this is what the judge ordered. You know, Golden Boy still up on it. Booth said no to the IBO belt if I can. Yeah, he did. He did said no. He did said no. That's why they made it that's how they became the WBA intern. And I want people to understand what was going on, right? When Boots moved up, you know, he secured his spot to become, you know, supposedly, you know, a mandatory for Bakram, who had the IBF, and for Telez. Instead of Abbas Baru and Telez, it was supposed to be Boots and Telez. But Abbas Baru got the situation and look, ended up becoming the WBA champ. You know, Now Boots is the WBA intern. You feel me? And all he want to do, damn, I'm down. My hopes were still high for Boots. Me too. But hey, it can still happen though, Timmy. Cause Oscar said he still want the fight to happen. All Oscar said the fight's still gonna happen. He still, hey, we game all night. What up? He want the fight to still happen. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Do Vergil want the fight? You know. But at the end of the day, Vergil, you need to be smart enough, man. If you got a promoter and you're not out of your contract yet, stop trying to make moves that you can't make. Stop trying to make moves that you can't make. It's the only problem I have with this shit, you know. But Oscar said he still want the fight to happen, so we're going to see. So it might not be April 18th. We might get it May or June, But Eddie Hearn say don't give up, because Oscar still want the fight to happen, But I guess they're fighting for the 50-50 or the 60-40. I mean, this shit retarded. I think both of them want to fight. It would have didn't happen. I'm gonna keep it real. At 147, Boots and Vergil was supposed to been happen. Vergil ended up securing the Stanionis fight, and then Stanionis' hand got hurt. He was out for 5 weeks. And then when during the time he was out for 5 weeks, Karen Duncan, Al Heyman, Spinoza, and them, they was like, listen, since he out, and this is 2022, since he out, let's make him in Boots. This the fight everybody went at welterweight. And all of a sudden, Vergil end up sick. Stanionis come back. Let's make it happen. Vergil, the contract still signed. Want to make it happen. What happened? Same BS. Same BS. You feel me? Nigga end up sick again. Remember, him and Stanionis fight felt off 4 times. 1 was Stanionis, 3 was Vergil. Then Vergil came back, and who did he fight at 147? Maurice Hooker. Remember that? Instead of fighting Maurice Hooker for a title shot at 140, he fought Maurice Hooker at 147, bro. Then went up and fought Frederick, lost in all tune-ups. I mean, I'm keeping it tall. But one thing about motherfucking Oscar held him down. Just like Eddie Hearn holding Conor Ben down with that PED assumption, Just saying though. These brothers, they one thing about certain promoters, when they love a fighter, they're gonna put on for you, man. They're gonna put on for you. And especially, how they going out scouting these fighters, Hey, all I can say, man, for all of you up and coming fighters that want to turn pro, come in the game with your own promotional company. Sign yourself to your own promotional company. So you can't blame nobody else for your fault. And what I mean by that, because a lot of fighters saying, yo, I'm being shelf. I ain't got no fights. I ain't got this. I ain't got that. Bro, you're not working. That's the key thing. Oh, no, man. Listen, Thurman will knock Devin Haney the fuck out. I keep telling people that, man. I've been telling people that for years. Me personally, Devin ain't that. And shout out to Garcia, the real Garcia. Besides Ryan, there was I forgot the picture up. I'm trying to get the video, y'all. I told him 10K. I'm trying to get the video. Bro, the guy Garcia in Mexico that Regis exposed, he beat the shit out of Devin Haney, y'all. Beat him. Beat that. Literally beat him. And they fought and got that old back. And then what happened? We seen it in real life time again with another Garcia. Nah, man. I'm just keeping it tall, y'all. I'm just keeping it tall. We're going to see with this Rolly situation. A lot of people think Rolly is, because when he was with Bullet, people just seen, oh, he flat-footed, he just strong, he got probably not doing. Listen, Rolly with them Cubans right now. That boy's sharp. He's super duper sharp. He's super duper sharp right now. And the fight everybody want to see is Devin and Ryan, man. It's Devin and Ryan. Rolly came out saying Devin ducking him. That's what I mentioned in the video earlier I did, And I'm sitting here like, Dev ducking Rolly. How? I don't know. To keep it tall, nigga, nobody don't know you even want to see that shit. Nobody don't want to see that fight. We want to see Ryan and Devin as of to date. It's the biggest fight in boxing. It's the biggest fight in boxing. You feel me? We would have had Boots and Vergil, but hopefully we still get it no later than May, June. But it looks like Boots will be going the WBA or IBF route. You know, and the reason I say the IBF route because Josh Kelly has already signed to fight Boots. That was in his contract. And you know, Boots is the WBA intern. So since the Talal situation didn't happen, and they already talking to top ranking Xander, it can happen in July, bro. But like I say, to each his own, man. To each his own. You know, to each his own, man. To each his own, man. But Ryan and Devin is the fight to make. We got to keep this shit real. And you know, Devin Haney came out and told Ryan, you know, be realistic in these negotiations. You know, but we all know if you love the sport of boxing, you know the WBC run shit, man. And right now, I'm saying you know that unifying your first title defense is asking a lot from Ryan Loki. Nah, it ain't. It really ain't. It really. That's why I say this generation is too. Once 2000 came in, it's too much marinating, bro. It's too much marinating. I say if y'all grew up in the 90s and been watching boxing in the night, you know, or in the 80s and said, you know, everything we saying is a fact. You gotta rumble. It's like a person with 20 wins. It's like niggas saying Abdullah Mason ain't ready, but he got more knockouts than Keyshawn got wins. That's what I'm saying. And Devin ain't even listen. He not listen. Ryan Garcia is the A side, Devin. We're going to keep it tall. You feel me? The nigga put asses in seats. He's gonna sell. Tank is the A side, and you want to fight for A side when the last time he seen you, you got your ass whipped. But I'm gonna keep it real. We game on that. Remember, Ben said him and Ryan fighting in September, and I truly believe that. I truly believe that. That's why we can get the fight. You know, between like, you know, they want to do their 90 days, so let's say it was February, right? March, April, May. So by July, August. So by July, we should see Ryan back in the ring. But it got to be Ryan and Devin. If we ain't gonna get Ryan and Devin, man, then I guess we gotta wait all the way to fucking September to get Ryan and Ben, right? Ryan and Devin is the fight to make. Devin fight Ryan. Don't go the Rolly route, cause y'all listen. Ryan thought it was sweet, and I kept telling people when that fight first happened. I said Rolly has Ryan number, y'all. Rolly has Ryan number. Now it's not a lot. That's what y'all think it is. It's not a lot, bro. It's not a lot. The fight gotta happen now. The fight gotta happen now. Cause you don't know what's gonna happen next. The first time you get your first title defense, then go fight Conor and Conor knock you the fuck out and take it, then what? Now man, I'm asking y'all, how it's a lot when you can go defend your first title shot against somebody else and lose? Why do that when you can make the fight right now? This will make the fight more bigger. This will make the fight more interesting. This was gonna make the fight sell more. It's gonna do better than y'all last show. But if you go out there, let's say Dev go fight Rolly and Ryan go fight Conor and they both lose, then what? Then what? Now everybody's speaking out their ass like, no, the fight it need to happen now. Happen now. Y'all both champions unify. Now, it ain't from a business standpoint. Let's see. You see, y'all going on with the marination. If you've been watching boxing from the 80s to now, well, you wouldn't say none of that shit. It's the Mayweather effect. Y'all go by the Mayweather effect, letting shit marinate too long, bro. Letting shit marinate. You know what's so real? Like right now, when you're a champion and you defend your titles, 9 times out of 10, bro, it's an automatic rematch clause. Niggas don't even respect that shit no more, bro. They're not gonna milk his titles. Because at the end of the day, they promised Conor. They promised Conor. Now, I'm telling y'all right now, if it ain't Devin Haney, it's going to be Conor. It's going to be Conor. Unless Ryan Garcia pay that sanctioning fee and go down to 140 and fight Shakur for the corny ass WBO. No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The fight going to happen. That's why it's called marinating. It's too much marinating, bro. It's too much. Yeah, he did beat Dev. He beat the shit out of Devin Haney. And Devin Haney did the same shit he did in Mexico to the other Garcia. Bill Haney got that old back. No. This is what I'm saying, bro. Before 2015, nigga, before 2015, oh, we game all night. When you started watching boxing? That's what I'm saying. It's too much marinade. It's the Mayweather effect, bro. Once 2015 came, all right, once 2007 came and Mayweather got signed to Golden Boy and Al Heyman became his advisor, look, and that's what I'm saying. To make the fight happen now, it's worth something. Y'all both have a title. Don't wait till one end up fucking, because I'm telling y'all right now, we know Ryan Chinny, bro. Know what I mean? We know Ryan Chinny. Yeah, listen. Tim, hey, we game, you gotta hear. You understand me? Conor Ben already said if Ryan beat Barrios, me and him is already signed for September. We already signed the deal. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of wicked shit going behind the scenes that a lot of us really don't know. So the best thing for us to do is take heat. I'm a felon. Now I mean, I'm a fucking refill. If I was in California, that mean I got 9 fucking strikes. Now I mean, you got to pay attention to the detail. You know, we all going by, but you gotta learn the business of boxing, and these brothers will tell you. He tell you, he said, you know, me and Ryan already, if Ryan beat Barrios, we already scheduled a fight for September. That's why people saying this Regis deal was not really part of the 15 million with Zuffa. It's the next fight. A lot of people saying. Even Radio Raheem said the same shit I said. Facts. Facts. And that's all I'm saying. Let's just make the fight happen now. Because I know how Bill and Devin I'm gonna take it. If Ryan ended up going out there, because he seen it with Rolly. Oh, he'd fumble the ball. And that's what I'm saying. If Ryan would have beat Rolly that day, right, we would have got the rematch. Am I correct? And Ryan would have been elevated to the WBA champion. Am I correct? So, y'all both title holders. The unification is now. Don't let this shit marinate no more. It's a lot on the line with this shit. And the storyline is more heavier now that, you know, Ryan Garcia cousin just beat Sean Haney. So the storyline is more, I mean? But I understand what y'all saying. I understand exactly what y'all saying. But the point I'm making is we synced this shit with Ryan and Rolly. We synced it. At least Devin going to use his. One thing about Dev, you know, he can control the ring. So even if he down, we seen what he did to the Jose Ramirez fight. I'm just going to stick this jab and just keep this shit pushing. I'm going to be victorious regardless. I give him the credit. I told people, hey, we game all night. I told people, I said, listen, Rolly has Ryan number. Ryan and Dev, since they tied, but Ryan has his number. Shakur in between, but Tank whooped all they ass. Tank got all of the number. People were like, yeah, why you say this about? Bro, you got to remember, they all was in the doghouse sparring. Talking about years on years on years. He beat the shit out of Rolly. Hey, Timmy, even what you call it? The old head whipped his ass. It's true. He do have a certain. He do. We gang. He do. But I want to ask y'all a question, right? They gifted him with that Barroso fight. How y'all felt before Tank dropped Ryan, then Tank ended up stopping Ryan? How y'all felt? Was Ryan controlling the fight to y'all when he was fighting Tank? Because I ain't never seen Tank like that. You know what I mean? I seen this nigga ducking a body shot hooks. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit this nigga on? Yeah, he was up, right? He was up, you know. That's what I was feeling, you know. But I realized, you know, Tank is like a second half fighter. But it's like for instance, right? Rolly, one thing Rolly is doing, right? We have to give these boxers more credit. We do. One thing about Rolly, though, shout out to the guy, Guy Yasov, who's been the WBA man though for how fucking long. Rolly want to unify, right? You say who's the best in the world facing? Listen, man. Everybody facing top dogs, bro. That's why one thing about me, bro, and I always say this, right? I watch people try to shit on Steve Claggett, right? Maybe be mine. That's what I'm about to get at. You heard me, Timmy T? Like Steve Claggett, right? I watch a lot of people talk bad about Steve Claggett on TO40. And I'm like, yo, do y'all know who the fuck Steve Claggett is? This niggas just ain't no walk in the park. He's gonna come give you a run for your motherfucking money. And the world got to see what Steve Claggett did. But the key thing I bring about fighters is you got your A level from A plus, A minus, all the way to your D level, D plus, D minus. You feel me? So at the end of the day, we gotta respect the opposition. Because you do not know the name, that means you gotta do your job. So we need to start respecting the other fighters. Because it takes two to mingle, it takes two to tangle. But sometimes that other fighter, like I'm gonna use Eric Crumble for an example, right? Eric Crumble got 33. He had 33 fights, 33 losses, right? That nigga got 33 fights of experience. Let's say he fight a up and coming guy that just turned pro. Eric Crumble got the opportunity to beat that person. But that person just looking at his record like, damn, he lost 33 times and he fought 33 times. Well, I'm gonna whoop his head. They end up going in there getting treated. Facts. He didn't win it in the ring, you know. But hey, we game all night. That's one thing I say. I give all the fighters the credit, especially supposedly the B side, the C, whatever side that you gotta give that fighter credit. You gotta give that fighter credit. Yeah, but that's the crazy thing is I can't even call them email champions when fighters not fighting a Mandos. Nobody. You feel me? But this is what happens. You got niggas not fighting a mandatories. Fight your mandatory. Like Tyson Briggs and Wilder, yeah, they fought. No, that's what I'm saying. Hey, during the time, you heard me, we gang. See, people talking that shit about Mike Tyson. But if you wasn't born in the 80s and watched that nigga fight, those names was heavy names. We not gonna do that. We not. That's why I tell people we not gonna do that, bro. Because if it's like that, I'm gonna keep it tall. Who the fuck did Bud Crawford fight? Don't mention American. American ain't been in his prime since 2007. Then he had a little run to like 2010, 2011. Then Danny Garcia knocked him the fuck out. He never been the same, bro. Then what? Bud Crawford fought him in 2019. Let's keep it tall. Yeah, it was. It was, bro. Hey, tell me, it's a fact. When it was back, when you had just had the WBA, the IBF, and then the WBC came along, it's cool. But once the WBL came in, and then these extra 9 weight classes came in, you like, bro, y'all fucking up boxing. You know how he got it. Hey, you know how he got it. You know how he got it. You know, you know how Lewis Crocker got it. But at the end of the day, like I'm always say, people, y'all, if the champion not fighting his mandatory, what do we call him? I'ma always call him the champion of duck if you don't fight your man those. Know what I mean? And then the person that's your mandatory end up an email champion. It's sad. You feel me? It's sad. That's why I felt what Boots was saying. Boots was like, I got handed this belt. Every fighter's dream is I want to beat the champion and take his title. That's every fighter dream. Give them fighters that dream. Give those fighters that dream. You feel me? And that's a fact. It's a fact, bro. It's a fact, man. But it's too much. See, money you blind motherfuckers. Money you blind your situation still have a long career. Yeah, all of them do. We game all night. All of them guys. That's why, listen, fucking with you, nigga, I started looking into UFC and I starting to like this shit. You feel me? I'm starting to like it. Why? Because it remind me of the era I grew up in. All of the top dogs fighting the world, no marinating. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? And that's a motherfucking fact. That shit like the 90s right now. You know? But at the end of the day, man, bro, I don't be worried about motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Cause like I tell every boxer when I get off house, like, listen, I will fuck you up and push your shit back, nigga. You understand me? Hey, the gangsters you niggas want to be, I'm really that. You feel me? I beat attempted murder, all that shit, nigga. I mean, I gave him 844-244. Look that shit up. Frustrating. IBF has mandals sometimes who don't think they are deserved. For an example, Cameron didn't deserve that rematch. He didn't. But at the end of the day, you want to know what, Timmy T? All of the champions were scared to unify. But you know what we got to give Cameron respect? Respect. The first time he fought Boots after that fight, he went on a 3. Remember, less than a year, bro. Less than a fucking year. The nigga became Mando again, beat the last, the 3, the 2, the 1, and became Boots Mando again for the IBF. Is heavy. Hey, Timmy T, if any champion right now at the 147 division give Karen a shot, I bet you Karen whoop their ass. Hey, we game all night. I'm gonna tell you something, right? I'm watching people talk bad about that shit in WBC, right? And I mentioned this shit. I said, bro, nobody ain't say that shit when Chris Algeria came in and became the champion. Nobody ain't say that shit when Dillian White came in and became, I mean, like, people got to stop that. People got to stop that. And watch Rico end up coming on, putting on a beautiful performance. You got to remember, the nigga's still a boxer, you know? Still a boxer. Well, Chris Algieri came to 140, became a title holder, and he came from kickboxing. People need to do their motherfucking research. You seen with Dillian White. Look at the best. This is no disrespect. Look at one of the 2 best trainers, coaches in the game. Timmy T, I believe Karen the truth. I believe Karen the truth, bro. You know why? Because when I remember the first Boots fight, he ran. So you know me, I go back watch the fight 9 times. And I'm like, damn, this nigga footwork is beautiful. That boy footwork is beautiful. Yeah, a lot of boxing fans don't respect no other sport. They don't. They don't. They don't. People need to understand this, bro. We seen, if you was born like 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, bro, you've seen all of this shit come to fruition. You understand me? You know what I mean? Like, you've seen it all come to fruition. That's why I tell certain people is, when have you started watching boxing? Because if you born in the 2000s and started watching, you really don't know shit because all you're going to do is go back and watch old films. It's a difference from being alive, being there at that time, than going back and rewatching it. It's a big difference. Why? Because you felt the impact of everything. When Trinidad fought De La Hoya, you felt the impact. When Bernard went to Puerto Rico and knocked that flag down, you felt the impact. When Tyson came back and fought Peter fucking McNally and did the biggest pay-per-view ever, 1.9, you felt the impact. Before Tyson went to jail, you seen Holyfield ducking, you seen Lennox Lewis, you felt the impact. You synced the shit. You synced the shit. This is a fact. You synced the shit. You knew who Don King was. You knew who his fighters was. You knew who Bob Arum top ranked. You knew. You knew. And you knew when champions, you see a champion life. I know because we watched Meldrick Taylor life change. He was the last one of the best trainer in the fucking world. Emmanuel Stewart came and was the last nigga to become a champion. Go back and look at the 84 Olympics. I mean, the 83, 84 Olympics, what Emmanuel did. We're going to see if boxing is so superior. But listen, you know what's so crazy, though? Kickboxers became Chris Algieri. You know, and the crazy, we game all night, like I tell people, is when you look at boxers, all right, when you look at a kickboxer, just look at his stance. They stances on a beam. But one thing, listen, tell me if I'm wrong, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. You know, do you think, which I do think, you know, so this is a good gag for the people. We do. Do you think a kickboxer footwork is better than certain boxers' footwork? That's all I want to ask. Do y'all think it? You know? Because Chris Algieri was a kickboxer, y'all. He was a good kickboxer, and he became a champion. That brother became a champion. You know, we watched what Dillian White did. He came, made himself a household name. But getting back to them trainers, Wally Moses was a kickboxer and a kickboxer trainer. Look at Shakur. You feel me? Jerron Boots Ennis. Bozy Ennis was a kickboxer and a kickboxer trainer. You feel me? And when you watch these brothers' footwork, you know, they defense be superb. Even when half of them brothers be, you know, I call it the 52 blocks. Chris Algieri. You heard we game all night? Go check out Chris Algieri. Yeah, he became a champion. Yeah. Yeah. You know? And Chris Algieri was cool. I'm like, yeah, who the fuck? When he won, I was like, wow. And that's when I started I thought his footwork was kind of cool, you know. That's why I'm asking you. And Timmy, what you think? Look at that. You know? But I always tell people it's a difference. It's kickboxing, y'all. Yeah, skipping the line is definitely frustrating. And that's what's wrong with this era. A person can buy themselves into a body sanction and get ranked high, which is fucked up. Yeah, Algieri became a champion. He was a kickboxer who came to the pros and became a champion. And he stood in boxing after that. You know what I mean? And that shit was real. Then he said James Toney didn't get to throw one punch. That shit was a while ago too. You know? But I agree. Gayasov need a Rolly, fight your man though. You know, we don't if you're gonna fight Devin Hayes, so be it. Whoever wins, it is what it is. But hey, Timmy, listen, I always say it back in the 90s and the 80s, the world always say it. If a fighter fight one time a year, what the fuck is you on? What is you hiding? You know? And a lot of fighters gonna agree with you and feel like that. Like, bro, how the fuck this kickboxer? Like, for instance, you got a bunch of heavyweights that's talking about it, you know? You got a bunch of heavyweights that's talking about it. But what I feel, and I'ma always feel like this, Usyk is just trying to clean out the heavyweight division that was popping in his time. And since, well, Chisora might knock Deontay Wilder the fuck out. You know what I mean? And it might put an end to the situation because Usyk went Wilder, you know, and that's the last person on his heavyweight hit list, you know, and he stated that. So, yeah, we gonna see, man. We gonna see how this Chisora shit play out, you know. If Deontay Wilder get the victory, I promise y'all, watch Usyk end up getting the victory, and then we gonna get that shit later on this year, because that's what it looked like. That's what the foot looks like, you know. And it's fucked up for other fighters, you know. It's fucked up for Moses Atama. It's fucked up for Worley. Uh, it's fucked up for all those fighters, bro. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But at the end of the day, if this kick, listen, if Rico come in and steal the show, man, hey, you just like what the third, fourth kickboxer that I seen during the course of my time being alive became a champion. Thank you, Tim. It's hard to build a star when fans barely see them. Facts. Facts. It's a motherfucking fact. That's a fact. That's a motherfucking fact, bro. It's hard. It's hard. When you don't see these people, man, it's hard. It's hard, bro. Damn. That I liked it, that one. I didn't even write that motherfucker down. I liked it, that one, Timmy T. I liked it, that one. I liked it, that one. I liked it, that one, y'all. Shout out Timmy T88. Hey, yo, it's hard to build a star when fans barely see them. And at the end of the day, you got certain fighters, yo, y'all need to be more More vocal, man. Y'all need to be more vocal. You know? Because sometimes when a person build a narrative, build a lie, that lie, people think that lie becomes the truth because you don't want to open your mouth. Then when you open your mouth, it be later shit. You know? Then you got to fight. Oh, I just want to fight. Well, nigga, you got to learn how to promote yourself, bro. Especially if you being shelf, you know? Especially you being shelf. That's why every time I get on here, I'm gonna put this into the universe for these young fighters who's turning pro. Create your own promotional company and sign yourself. So you ain't gotta worry about, yo, I'm not getting no fights, I'm not getting this. You control your destiny, you control your career. You know how bad it looks to see Tyson Fury. You know how bad it is to see Tyson Fury laying on the canvas against Francis and Ivory. I'll also give AJ credit for setting stuff right. Hey, and I'm gonna keep it real, Tim. I thought Francis beat Tyson Fury that fight. I thought he did, you know. That count was suspect. That shit reminded me of the Wilder joint, you feel me? You know, but AJ just AJ came and showed that it was levels, man. It's levels. It's levels. And that's one thing about it. People forget AJ an Olympian, the ball got power, you know, his jab, cool. He got a good jab, you know, but what Francis did to Fury, man, I thought that was a robbery. If I'm wrong, hey, that's what I think, you know. But I thought Francis won that fight. I thought Francis won that fight. I thought he pulled it off, you know. Rico highlights bet. No, that shit was that fight was crazy. When he dropped Fury, nigga, the world paused. Like, yo, did this shit really happen? Yes, it did. Yes, the fuck it did. And come on, man, damn, stop zapping me, man. The fuck, you know. But yeah, you know, boot status at 154. If this Vergil Ortiz situation won't happen, yeah, Francis, he won that fight, right? I know I wasn't tripping. They robbed that boy, man. He won that motherfucking fight. He won that fight. He won that fight. Yo, that count was fucked up. Oh, that shit was crazy. I was like, wow, they gonna really do that to him? That was crazy. No, but getting back into this, the 154 division with boots and stuff. You know, we're gonna see what's next. We're gonna see what's next. Is it going Josh Kelly or Xander Zayas? You know. Hey, what up, Santos? The Art Queen, what up? What up? You know, we game all night. Timmy T, what up? But this boxing shit crazy right now, y'all. The Devin Haney era. Everybody going to court. Everybody want to sue somebody. You know? You see, back then, when everybody was suing Top Rank, everything was behind the scenes. You feel me? From when Mikey Garcia, Floyd Mayweather, and all of them sued Top Rank, everything was behind the scenes. Nowadays, it's out for the world to know. But you want to know what's so crazy? Nobody talk about the Deontay. See, listen, when Deontay Wilder dropped that documentary, it's going to wake the world up. It's going to wake the world up. And I'm just fine. I just want to figure out when he's going to drop this documentary. You know, hopefully it's by the end of this year or the top of next year, because excuse me, everybody going to learn about the lawsuit he had against Tyson Fury. You know, once Deontay Wilder dropped that documentary, he's going to show. He's going to expose Snack. He's going to expose Vada. This documentary is deep, you know, and it's about the lawsuit. You know, the lawsuit, the gloves, the glove gate, all that shit. He got 70 million off it. And the world about to find out, you know, how remember Devin Haney sued Ryan Garcia. And Devin Haney lost that. He lost that lawsuit. Ryan won. And shout out to the UFC MMA fighter. Hey, we game all night. Remember I kept telling you about the Caucasian brother with the braids, like the golden blonde hair braids. Sean O'Malley, whatever his name is. He went to court with Ryan. And he posted. You know, when he posted, I posted on my shorts, you know, came out and said, you know, Ryan won the lawsuit and he tests negative for PEDs. That's how he beat the lawsuit from Devin Haney, you know. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is, you know. But I can't wait to Wilder drop that documentary. He went on to the Last Stand. Shout out to Brian Custer, and he told him, yo, I got my documentary dropping, and he exposed certain PED situations, you know. So the world gonna find out, and the world gonna see, and the world gonna understand why the fuck every snack fighter wants you to take VADA testing. They don't want you to take no other test but VADA. Think about it. We know Clarissa Shields don't smoke weed. Remember, she popped dirty for PEDs. Her godfather came. Hey, what's up? What happened? Hey, we game all night. What happened? Guess what this dude did? Wow. Hold on, they dropped the Tyson Fury card. Right. Frazier card. Solid heavyweight clash. That's what I said. I said they card it a little cool. That undercard, Tyson Fury, you know, undercard cool. They got a little cool card, man. They got a cool card. They definitely got a cool card. You know? And that's one thing I like about boxing is, you know, I love the prelims and I love the undercards and the co-main event. Why? Because it's going to set the night for you. When he started in the UFC, he was on a low contract and was one of the rare guys who refused to fight big fights while being on that. So he called himself the prelim champ, and that helped him. Wow! I never knew that. But that brother, he a solid brother, man. I watched him come out, held Ryan down, because everybody knew that PED assumption shit was bullshit, man. It was bullshit. And the reason I say that, because Ryan was smoking weed, bro. Ryan was smoking weed during the Devin Haney fight. Why weed ain't come back in his system? I'm just saying, though, but it came back in Keyshawn's, especially Carissa, who don't smoke. Redo his contract, and he started taking big fights. And yeah, he a beast, too. I like him. Shout out Sean. I like him, man. And he really a beast. I be watching. He be going there beating the shit out of people, man. You know? I'm just keeping it tall, man. My God, we game all night got me, you know. Right now, nigga, I'm getting addicted to UFC fights, man. Shout out my brother, because, nigga, I'm going to keep it tall, y'all. At least I get close to hitting the parlay fucking with the UFC than anybody else. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it tall. The only time I won money on a boxing fight, I just end up betting Boots stopping Lima in the first round, and I won. But besides that, shit, I almost hit with motherfucking UFC, so that's what I'm going to keep betting on. You know? Yeah, O'Malley. It's my guy, man. I fuck with O'Malley. Yeah, but that's the key. Listen, I want you to go check out the Keyshawn shit, right? Because Keyshawn was talking about weed and shit, right? Now I mean, but then I'm thinking, I'm like, what is you really hiding, bro? What snack is really covering up? Because you keep saying you're coming back dirty, bro. And just like you said, you feel me? You got like up to 72 hours before the fight or something that you're not supposed to get high or nothing, especially if it's a part of your medication, right? I know a lot of people that smoke weed as fighters. And when they get tested, they don't even get tested for that. You know, especially you over there in Vegas, my nigga. You feel me? I don't know. That shit just weird, but it's true. If weed is your medication or something, You can't. It's 72 hours. Was it 72 hours or it's like 5, 6 days? You can't. You got to refrain from it. You can't fuck with it. You can't put it in your system. And it's just like a person with asthma. You know? Yeah. You see him. Yeah, you feel me? We gang. You see him smoking there. Thank you, nigga. Listen, Ricardo Marioga, my yoga used to come out smoking, drinking, all that shit, bro. Nigga, when I was a kid, I used to watch Chavez Jr. snort in the corner, bro. This nigga had the bing bing jar. That nigga was Tony for real. He was snorting in the corner. That boy was snorting in the corner, bro. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And I know what you're saying about the before they changed the rules. Nate Diaz's brother, who was actually better, got the mega suspension for popping for weed 3 times. Almost got permanent ban. Yeah, we going. Hey, I'm a bet on him. I'm watching him this week, and I'm going on bet MGM. Fuck that. Yeah. Well, we're gonna watch. I'm gonna watch him. I'm gonna watch him. I'm going over there bet MGM. You know what I mean? Yeah, cause I took everything off motherfucking FanDuel. Fuck FanDuel. Real rat. They scamming over there, man. Look this dude up. His name Carlo Perez, bro. I'm gonna look him up. I'm betting on you saying, listen, I'm betting on him. I'm betting on him this week. I'm betting on him this week. Fuck that. Nah, I mean, but it's the truth though, you know? No, it's the truth. It's the truth. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. No, everybody focus on this Pacquiao Mayweather situation. I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true or not. You know, Mayweather and Tyson. You know, Mayweather got another fighter that's stepping in for his expedition fight. Now maybe we're gonna see about that. The fight nobody want to see. You know, but even with the Pacquiao situation, nobody don't want to see that. At least Floyd could have came back and fought Rolly. You feel me? I don't know what's legit or not. Me neither. Facts. Hey, Timmy, I'm right with you. It's hard, bro. It's hard to bet, man. I'm watching motherfuckers. Yes, all you had to do was grab one rebound. I would have hit on a parlay. It's 8-1 in the UFC with 8 finishes. Ooh, that's good. That's good. He 8-1, 8 knockouts, 8 finishes. I don't know, like the finishes, are they knockouts or like submissions or something? But that's good. No, that's good. And I'm gonna tell people, and I always tell people, for you to be one of the, when you look at all of the greats in any sport, they all got a loss. They all got a lesson. They all learned a lesson or two, 3 lessons. But you watch them come back and did what? But when you watch the people who's undefeated and retire undefeated, when you look at the record, you be like, bro, you ain't fight nobody. Oh, okay. At cruiserweight, Timmy, that would have been a good one. Because Holyfield was one of the meanest cruiserweights out there. That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. But I'm gonna keep it real. You know, even though like Holyfield the real, I would have went with Holyfield. Why? Because that nigga gonna headbutt, dog. That nigga headbutt. He was a trick, yo. That nigga was a master magician with them headbutts, bro. He was a master magician with them fucking headbutts. He'd hit you on the side, cut your shit open, man. Holyfield was different, especially when you got your hair growing back. And people don't know when people got bald headed and their hair growing back, and you put that shit on a person's head and face while they sweating, and you that shit rough like a Brillo pad, bro. He would have cut Usyk shit open. You kept hearing Tyson. Tyson got mad like this nigga keep headbutting me, bro. About bit the shit out of his head. Holyfield was the headbutt king. Remember back in the day, Baby Tumble? I bet on the first fight of the night. Like I said, my rules are I don't bet on women. I bet on the first fight of the night. No basketball, football, and I stick to my first pick, no changes. That's how I be. Like, if I bet football, I probably bet like field goals and shit like that. And then when I watch the nigga don't hit 2 field goals, I be like, this shit set up. Yeah, he was for a little guy. But that nigga here, boy, like, that would have been one of the craziest cruiserweights fights ever. Real rap, bro. Real rap. It's just like everybody forcing, everybody want to see, Usyk come back down and fight Opataya. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, the ship sell, bro. Why you can't move up, my nigga? Because you still young. You can move up if you want that fight, But the fight I want to see, I would like to see, but that's cutting too much. It's cutting weight, and I'm glad that brother ain't cutting weight. Stay away from all those other sports. Listen, I agree with you, bro. Because when I watched the end of basketball, oh, sponsored by FanDuel, I'm like, oh, y'all motherfuckers think y'all niggas just get locked up for the dumb shit. It's cool. That's why I'm taking your advice, my brother. Oh, what? Bro, I'm from Philly, man. B-Hop was something different, bro. B-Hop, the king. Listen, man, that nigga was something different, bro. That's how Andre Ward was. Andre Ward was a little dirty like motherfucking B-Hop. The only person out of that generation that resembled B-Hop a little bit. Since it's too much online. All right. Yeah, because I like when I watch UFC and when I started watching a Wii game and I'm watching them brothers fight, it's different from boxing. It's way different. It's way different, bro. That shit is way different. It's way different. It's way different. And I ain't gonna bet on him than like Tio again. You know what I mean? Then he wanna come out talking about he threw the fight. No, nigga, you got your ass whipped, bro. You got your ass whipped. No, I don't know, man. We game all night got me liking motherfucking UFC. War was dirty as shit. And I believe, like that first Kovalev fight, bro. I thought my man Crusher won, man. You know what I mean? I thought Crusher won that fight, the first fight, but people say I be tripping. Hey, I guess I do. I awarded him the victory. It was a good one, though. It's not a coincidence that over 40 player can be 25 and he end up on 24 consistently. They know what they odds be. We can't trust these fighting. Fact. Yeah, what? And Rennick Bo was a true dog too. Bo was different. I forgot. Was it Lennox Lewis when Rennick Bo threw the title in the trash? Cause listen, man, Lennox Lewis is my favorite heavyweight ever. Oh, I love Tyson. I'm always be a Tyson fan. I'm always put Tyson in front of Lennox. But when I'm a fan of somebody, I'm a deep fan. And Lennox Lewis, that nigga jab was so crazy, bro. Probably because Emmanuel Stewart was my favorite trainer, and the shit that I seen him do to certain fighters and turn them into technicians, bro. They jabs, like, come on, bro. Emmanuel was different, but Lennox Lewis was my guy. The wrestling just too dominant, Lennox Lewis was different, man. He was different. He was different, bro. Shout out to Frank Bruno. Shout out Nigel and motherfucking Eubank Senior. They had a fight. Yeah, Bo was supposed to fight Lennox. He threw the belt and he was scared of Lennox. I'm gonna keep it tall. Bo was scared of Lennox. Even though Bo was a good fighter, he was strong, but niggas was scared of Lennox. Niggas was. When Tyson won, Lennox the niggas was, bro. They knew he was the next one up. I knew it. Thank you, Timmy. The best trainer in the world. Thank you. Lennox was a dog, bro. Emmanuel had that nigga. What? Even the Klitschko brothers. Remember when Emmanuel had him? What? What? I used to be a wrestling fan when I was a kid. You know, WWF, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Big Boss, man, Hockey Talk, man, the Hart Foundation, Jimmy Hart, the British Bulldog and his brothers, the Road Warriors, when they turned into the Legion of Doom, when it was NWA, you know what I mean? Like, I was a Hulkamaniac, you know what I mean? A Hulkamania, you hear me? Trying to rip my t-shirts and shit. Yeah. But shout out, no, rest in peace, Emmanuel Stewart, man. Like, bro, Lennox was a dog, man. That boy was a dog. You know, when Rockman got his chance and did it, I was like, okay. But they did fall. I gotta check and see who won that fight. But they did fall. They did fall. If I'm not mistaken, when I was watching the situation where when Bo threw the shit in the John, Sabu, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, you feel me? Yeah, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, man, you had a lot of motherfuckers, man. What's his name? Something Valentine's. You had Bruno Sammartino, all them guys. Yo, Sabu. Pressure and pain. Them tables, man. Yeah. Sabu. Yo, that boy used to take pain. His body used to take pain. Even Cactus Jack used to take pain going through those tables like that. Yeah, Lennox won, right? Because I remember when they were supposed to fight and he threw the belt in the in the trash, and they was talking about, I don't know, was it the amateurs? It was something, or golden, it was something, or the Olympics. It was one of those joints they showed that Lennox beat him and shit. I seen that shit like it was like, damn, when did I see that joint? Because I re-seen it recently, but at that time I seen it was around the second fight of Nassim Rockman. Rob Van Dam, damn. We just was watching that motherfucker on, what was that joint? Sharknado was one of them damn joints. You know what I mean? My nigga Rob Van Dam, man. RVD. Yeah. My nigga Tab DBIs. You remember when he brought the $1 million champion Stone Cold in? Oh, when Undertaker came, they had that big ass Easter egg back in the day. Hey, yo, man, wrestling was lit. It's still lit to this day, yo. Don't get it wrong, man. Don't get it wrong. You know, I just hope, certain people just start tightening the fuck up, and stop the marinating. Stop the marinating, man. Stop the marinating. Y'all want these big checks? You gotta go get them, man. You gotta go get them. You know, you gotta go get them. Show the world that you really want it. Just like with this Edgar Berlanga Chris Eubank fight. It's a great fight for both fighters. I'm gonna keep it tall. Eubank can get the knockout. But listen, Edgar Berlanga is chinny, y'all. I always said it. Listen, this nigga got knocked out by a DVD guy in the amateur, And I always tell people, once that button get cracked, it get pressed, that shit over. And Shiraz cracked that joint, but it's at 168, so Chris Eubank, he's gonna feel good at that weight. It's all about who he gonna have in his corner, who's gonna train him and put on. Psycho Stu. Yeah. Ain't that's the guy, what you call it? Rampage Jackson's son did that situation too. I met Owen Hart in the 90s, a couple years before he passed away. Pops won tickets for this event. Yeah, in Philly. Yeah, that's where I'm from, Timmy. I'm from Philly. Badland and Kensington. Yeah, man. I'm up here in Philly, man. Then you said the Spectrum, dog. That's the last time I ever been to a wrestling joint. Yeah, Loma definitely did. Loma was a beast. Loma was a fucking beast. Loma was a beast, bro. Lomachenko was a beast. Then he came over here seeing Solito, you know. But Lomachenko was a beast. One thing, Loma footwork was crazy. You seen how his dad put him in ballerina for get his footwork up. Tell people your footwork mean everything. That's why I say about kickboxers, bro. They got good footwork. A kickboxer's got good footwork. Or am I tripping? But I do believe kickboxers got good footwork. You know, especially throwing the quick. Yeah, Sid Vicious. My nigga Sid Vicious, man. Remember the skyscrapers you had? I mean, bro, Sid Vicious. I mean, especially when they was Nash and Hall with motherfucking Razor Ramon. Oh my God, the Wolf Pack. Wolf Pack. Oh, you from Jersey? Bet. That's my brother Ed now. We at Jersey. You know, who the other fucking guy, man? Yeah, the Wolf Pack, the Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen was the shit, man. Now I mean R. Anderson, his brother. I forgot the name of his brother name. Ric Flair, Lex Luger. Man, shit was different. Wrestling, man. Down by AC, yeah, I beat out. Shit, next time I go out, when I go out AC, I'm yo. Nah, man. That's what they need to bring boxing back to AC, man. Boxing need to go back to Atlantic City. Real shit. Boxing need to go back to Atlantic City, man. Real rat. Real rat. Boxing need to come back to Atlantic City, man. Yeah, the bad guy. You feel me? The bad guy. Hey, Chico. But boxing need to come back to Atlantic City, man. Gotta be back to AC, man. What? When I was a kid, AC was fucking popping, man. Especially when Trump, the Taj Mahal was open, man. Yo, that shit was popping. AC, man, they gotta bring that shit back, man. Then they passed away from steroids. And we gained. Listen, man, if they bring the fights back to AC, man, yo, we back. The East back, bro. We back. That should be lit, man. It'll be lit. That's why when What You Call It took over, when they started hosting that shit in Vegas, I was like, it's something up over there. Something up over there. You know, I'm gonna keep it real, man. I just always thought they robbed motherfuckers over Vegas, man. I'm keeping it tall. They have an indoor water park now. Yeah, and AC. He was Gotti. Listen, Gotti was a big boxer in AC. If I'm not, no, I was a kid though. You feel me? I was a kid, so Tyson name was heavy over there. No, I was a kid. Tyson name, I used to go see UFC there, so they don't. They need to go back. All combat sports need to come back to AC. Yeah, but I need to find out that motherfucker, that indoor water park you talking about. Yeah, I need that joint. You know. But they gotta bring boxing back. Listen, when Boots went to AC, y'all see that shit was lit. That shit was cool. So like AC, man, bring it back. Yeah. That shit was love. AC was the shit, man. It still is the shit to me. But bringing fights back there and make it great. Bringing fights back to Atlantic City, especially for the East Coast, and make it great. Because a lot of people complain about the New York State Athletic Commission. A lot of people want to complain about Philly, right? So, nigga, take it back to AC. Now, I mean, the New Jersey State Athletic Commission is great. It's great. It's good. And they know what the fuck they doing. I'm just saying this shit to bring it back, but to me, they do know what they doing. We had great fights over there. Hey, you go to sell. You're gonna have the whole East Coast pull up, bro. From the tri-state area, going all the way up to fucking Rhode Island. They can get to Atlantic City fast. You feel me? You know, I don't know how like Rhode Island. It'll probably take like 5-6 hours to get from AC to Rhode Island, from Rhode Island to AC. It's still good because when you're coming down there, you got hotels, you got casinos. Man, that shit was lit, bro. They need to bring it back. They need to bring boxing back. AC was it's fact. But listen, UFC should have took over AC. UFC should have took over AC. UFC should have took over AC. Cause AC great, man. I love AC. You know what I mean? But what y'all think about this Edgar Berlanga and Chris Eubank situation? I think Eubank can stop Edgar Berlanga. You know, I believe it go both ways, but yeah, for big fights. But I'm gonna keep it real. You know how Dana and Trump was tight, bro. If I was Dana, I would have took over that fucking I would have took over that Trump Taj Mahal. Real rap, real rap. You know, when they just started stop having fights in Vegas, it just was sad, man. It was sad. Everything going out, motherfucking. What facts you watch the boxing? Well, yeah. I watch. Like me and Phantom, cool. I'm cool with Phantom. You know, like when I pop up over there, he'll see me. He be like, "Yo, all facts, what's up?" He always showed me love. The boxing voice, I go check them out. They used to do fights in the Revale. It's now called Ocean Resorts. There's a damn stadium. Yeah. Oh, I gotta. And that's I gotta go check that joke. That's what I think it's gonna be at, and it got to go to the UK. But that's what I'm saying. Eubank can probably get the stoppage because it's 168. Plus he ain't gonna be, and I mean, dehydrated. His body gonna be right. He's gonna be strong. His punch resistance is gonna be cool. It's just Berlanga chin with me. It's his chin with me, but it's all about all of that his shit. He doing nigga. That's how you gonna be feeling when Eubank put them paws on your ass, nigga. I mean, but I like Eubank in that fight. But can Edgar stop him? It can be a possibility. We got to see how that punch kind of gave him, carry over. And tell outside of the city is bad. There's nobody, bro. It's hard to justify investing. Damage from water doing her facts. Yeah, that's crazy. But I just thought Canelo just was protecting himself because I hear Berlanga got a lot of pop. And one thing I learned about Berlanga and the amateurs, just like Danny Garcia, they was boxers. They was good boxers, and then they turned pros. They just started, like Danny became flat-footed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then they just turned to power punches, and then like what was the guy's name? What's his name? Peter Quigley, whatever the brother name is. When the brother that gave Edgar Berlanga a run for his money, gave him them rounds in. But it's one thing I always tell people that get knockouts. If your knockout ratio is heavy, get your rounds in, please. Please get your rounds in. Please. And my son will tell you, I stay on his ass every day. Son, I need you to become a 12-round fighter. All of that shit you're doing is cool, but be a 12-round fighter, you're going to be set. It's all about that engine. It's all about that tank, man. And a lot of these brothers, they gas out. Then when they gas out, certain people will see him throw a punch, and they be like, damn, he's loading up on his shot. No, the fuck he not. He just gassed out. He ain't got no engine. Like with David Morrell. Shout out David Morrell, but the first 5, I wouldn't say 6, but the first 5 rounds, David Morrell was going to have some good work. But the second half of the fight, Smith is a 12-round fighter, bro. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. Yeah, he was KO'd by the Frenchman. They came back and got it. That's what I'm saying. Edgar Berlanga, that button got cracked, Timmy. That shit got cracked. So, that shit, that's what I'm saying. Chris gonna come in, put that pressure on him. That's what I want to make him. Then that's what I'm telling my son now. It's like, bro, you gotta turn it on now. Don't wait till you get there. You gotta build that shit now. And you really build it when you a child. But my son, he wasn't into no type of sports because I was in jail and shit. So when I came home, the nigga was into UFC. You know what I mean? Then he just got into boxing. And, just fighting in school, getting in trouble, get taken out. Then, he just got back in it himself. 3-time Golden Glove champion, working. Now he traveling the gyms, getting his sparring in, putting in his good work, very disciplined, dedicated to what he do. Back to his regular size, and he looked strong, he looked good, but is that what I see in this generation? I can't let my son be that. So long as I get to tell him and hop on it, that's all. Cause he's gonna listen. That nigga is very, very disciplined. He's gonna listen. Yeah, that's what I try to do. But I just keep it from a distance because it's his life. So do you. But if one day he called me, Dad, and I need to cut weight, but I tell him, don't go eat some ice. Go do this, go do that. That nigga went down there and made 144. But he like, damn, Dad, I had to make 144 now. I ain't got to fight until April. I'm like, wow, but hey, it's cool. No. It was in February. Yeah, so he got to fight this month, March. Yeah, because his other fight went out there, punched the ball, got the victory like crazy. Yeah. But I'm gonna bring him up here and let him tell his story. I'm gonna bring my son up here and let him tell his story. He out there right now. He in the gym. So when he leave the gym, he gonna go to work, come back, go home, sleep, get back up, wash up, go right to the gym. He got a good team, good camp. Shout out Greg. Like if you watch Greg Hackett, the gym Greg Hackett and them, man, that's my family gym. That's what you're gonna see my son there all of the time. You can go check YSM Naeem De Jesus. That's my son. I mean, he out there doing his numbers. I mean, that's my boy, man. Put in that pain, put in that pressure. That's my boy. But I'm gonna get up on out of here. You know what it is, man. Glad everybody that pulled up on me, man. Show love. Timmy T88, you already know, broski. Now I mean we game on that, you already know. Now man, I need you to send me the motherfucking parlay so I can listen, when it comes to UFC, go holler at motherfucker, we game all night in them parlays, man. That boy, knock him out the park, baby. Knock him out the park. Shout out to Art Queen. Shout out Walthrite. Shout out Santos Frontline. What up? Hey man, it's all love. Beats. What it look like? I appreciate everybody, man. Listen, man. Hopefully we get these motherfucking fights. So about next Monday, we're hopefully by Friday, but by next Monday, supposedly, I'm just letting y'all know, come from the city of Philly. The Boots announcement who he's gonna fight between Friday and Monday. We're gonna find out. Hey, I'm gonna hit you up in the John Week game. Damn, man. I hope it be today. Now, I mean, I can't wait the fucking next Monday to find out who the fuck Boots gonna fight. But could it be Josh Kelly? Could it be Xander Zayas? We gonna find out. But besides that, I'm up on out of here. I appreciate all of y'all. We game. I'm gonna hit you up on the gram. Hey Timmy, if you got a gram, let me know so I can send you my number. Now, man, we bust it up. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate you. You hear? Dollar.